that time. Happy Tuesday, guys. Another week. Here we go. Token, I see you. Those of you tuning in, I see you over there on YouTube. I see you on Twitch. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for being present tonight as we hop in another episode of Comfort and Chaos. Guys, let's bring the energy tonight, yeah? It's going to be a good episode. As you know, guys, please share it on your social media. Share it with your friends. If you like the show, you like the content, guys, do not hesitate to hit that like button and subscribe on the YouTubes. Team, you guys are awesome. I really appreciate y'all. Thank you all so much. Got a nice little episode in store for us today. Got my White Claws. I got my Zinnies. And I got a field manual discipline equals freedom read. Team, we're going to talk about a little weekend recap. Go into a little thing because you guys gave me a lot of feedback from the last episode. Oh my gosh, we're going to talk that out. What do you know about the Frat Club? I will introduce you guys to the Frat Club. Those of you, it's not what you think, team. And then we're going to go right into a good old Super Bowl recap. That's what's up, guys. Hey, thank you, guys. Welcome. Here we are yet again. Another week, guys. This weekend kind of went by fast, but it was also kind of long, if that makes sense. I don't know. Does that make sense? Hey, my producer, Jamie, does that make sense? Man, you never know. Anyways, okay, team. So, hey, you know what? This weekend, I'll give you guys a little recap. All right. It was an amazing weekend. I got to take a little trip, go and spend some time with my son. His birthday happened to magically land. Anyways, his birthday happened to land this year on Super Bowl Sunday. So it was kind of like a double whammy, you know? So I was like, hey, you know what? Let's make it special. And you know what? We already have a theme. So half our job's already done, you know. But it was a great time, team. It was a great time, you know. A lot of good food. Those of you, if you have not been to the if you have not visited the southwestern region of New Mexico, let me tell you, you're missing out. You're missing out on some great food. And if you guys ever do head that way or travel across that way, I would encourage you to stop and try some of the food, you know, but make sure it's not a franchise place. Go check out those mom and pop places. All right. If it's a name and you can't even pronounce it, you're just like, El Ranchero, what? Is that a name or is that a name of a band? I don't even know. You know what? Hey, go in there. Yeah, go in that place. That's the place you want to go eat at right there. You know, that's the place you want to go eat at. Okay. All right, team. Hey, thank you guys for tuning in. Token, I see you over there in the Twitch chat, guys. As you know, this episode is recorded live. It is broadcasted to you live, raw, uncut, full transparency, and most importantly, guys, full interactive. Okay, so that means those of you who are brand new to the team, thank you. But interactive means we have a chat box for a reason. So feel free, say what's up, introduce yourself, you know, little roll call. All right, every time I start a meeting, with my team, I always like to do a roll call, make sure everybody's there, you know. So introduce yourself, guys, and as we go through the episode, feel free, chime in, interact, share some input, share an experience, or even if you just want to comment and say, hey, dude, that's an ugly hat. Why do you keep wearing that hat? Hey, you know what? Talk about my hat, okay? We'll do that too. Okay, we'll do that too. Hey, what up, Haas? I see you, Haas, coming in the chat there on the Twitch line. Let's go. Hey, okay, let's see what we got here. Me and Kay, hey, gonna go to New Mexico. Thanks for the recommendations. I got you. Yo, can't confirm. If you can't pronounce it, you definitely enjoy it. Very well said, Twitch team. I appreciate that, and that is absolutely true. Guys, okay, so we're going to kind of go into a little thing, okay? Some of you guys were blowing up my social media over a certain reel, okay? I posted a reel. Jamie, do you remember that reel? Yeah, you do. You posted it, right? Okay. Anyways, Jamie posted it. I'm going to have to fire my producer. Check it out, guys. I posted a reel about Crocs in the gym, and apparently some of you guys, all right, are rocking Crocs in the gym. And you decided to just put me on blast. Well, let me tell you something. I would love those of you who are watching, okay? I will not hate on you for wearing Crocs in the gym because, hey, if you want to do it, you're free to do it. But I am just saying, I would love to train with you, okay? Let me train with you, all right? I want to see your training style. I want to see the work you put in, all right? I want to know how you look, how you feel. I want to feel that at the end of the workout, okay? That's all. And you know what? If you're in there wearing Crocs, those of you, if you're in the gym and you're wearing Crocs and you're freaking killing it, okay, hey, as I will gladly admit that, all right? But I just like you're entitled to your opinion to wear Crocs in the gym, okay? Crocs. Yes, we're talking Crocs, okay? If you're entitled to wear Crocs in the gym, then guess what, dude? I have my own opinion that I can forge against people who wear Crocs in the gym, okay? And that's all I'm saying, okay? Hey, agree to disagree, all right? As long as you go, hey, if you're getting a workout, that's all that matters, okay? If you're getting a workout, that's all that matters, all right? That's all that matters. I mean, wouldn't you guys agree? Okay, see, let's agree to disagree, all right? That's a debate. That's a debate, okay? That's how we're going to do it, okay? Okay, so those of you who I offended, you know, I am sorry you got offended by freaking wearing Crocs in the gym, okay? Oh, well. Just keep doing your thing. Don't let other people manipulate your decisions. Don't take it to heart, all right? Gosh. All right. Now that that's over with, let's see. Let's go ahead and move forward. Wait a minute. Let's see. Was I going to say anything about the recap? I think that's really it, dude. Hey, someone times in the chat, hey man, I was gonna work out today, but I start practicing piano. And then my father came over to hang out. Hey, that's freaking awesome, dude. That's awesome. That's awesome. It's okay. Hey, guys, remember this, team. Do not let outside elements or individuals manipulate your mind, okay? You control your mind. You control your actions. You control that, okay? Don't let no one else control that for you. All right, team?
Sir, yes, sir.
All right. That's all I want to make sure you guys understand. All right, team? That's all I want to make sure you understand. All right? You continue mission. You live life. You be the better version of yourself, all right, every day. And if some of you do that by wearing Crocs in the gym and you're just doing push-ups and then you get back up and you take a selfie and then you get some water and then you leave, hey, if that's what makes you happy, then go do it, okay?
Sir, yes, sir.
Okay, team. Okay, so on that note, team, let's get onward here, okay? We're going to get onward with this episode. So, okay, so quick PCCs, PCI. So we got our hydration check. Our discipline equals freedom field manual. Got it here, check. And of course, our Zinnies. Let's see. Jeez. Okay. Boom. Zinnies, check. We are good to go. Oh, of course, comms line. Hey, open comms line, guys. As you know, if those of you in the Discord participate as well, if you got anything crazy, big old stories to type up, Discord or DM is the best way to do it. That way you don't have to flood the chat line. But it's okay. Okay. I encourage interaction, team. I encourage interaction. Okay, so onward, team. All right, so check this out, team. I found a great read today. And this one really hit me the most too, okay? And I think this one, it should hit a lot of us because a lot of us experience this a lot. I'm sure a lot of us go through this thing where we set goals, and this being 2024, as you know, I would always ask you guys in my streams, I would ask you guys, hey, what is your goal for 2024? Come up with a goal, chase something. And a lot of us, and remember I mentioned this, that 7th of January? Jamie, is it 7th of January? 7th of January is apparently like give up day or National Quitters Day, which I don't know why that's even a thing. I feel like why are we celebrating quitting? In what world is quitting? We celebrate that, we give it a day. Nah. Hey, we should not celebrate a quitter's day. Okay. Yeah, I agree with you guys. We just don't do that, team. All right. So this read really hit me the most because it is titled Focus. All right. And a lot of that, when you're chasing a goal, you set a goal up, you want to achieve something, you want to better yourself this year, you have something in mind, whether it be a new career, whether it be something, you want to buy a home, or you want to purchase this, or you want to go to this class or improve your education, or even just your relationships, something personal, you want to do 100 push-ups, in like 1 minute, so if it's that goal, it's going to take work. It's going to take effort. It's going to take discipline, and it's going to take energy, and it's going to take a positive mindset that's going to allow you to continue that mission. Now, sometimes, obviously, we tend to get caught up in life, and it happens. You're going to get caught up. Murphy's going to come and sneak up on us. But how we react, and then what is the long-term effect of that reaction, is what's going to dictate that future pursuance of that goal. Those actions, you were probably gung-ho for like a month, and then all of a sudden a setback happened, and then a setback happened. And then when you engage that setback, it just kind of pulled you away. And then you're like, hey, I'm going to go ahead and put this on pause for a little bit. And then I'll hit it back up on the next month. Let me just let me go through this, let me deal with this setback that I got. And it happens. And I'll openly admit it happens to me too. It happens to me too. So I know if it happens to me, it happens to a lot of us. Okay. And today's read really, really kind of hit it home for me, and it really did. And I wanted to share it with you guys. And I want you guys to pay attention to the words. As you know, I try to mimic the the Jocko Willink style. Because I really like it, and and when you read it that way, it's kind of like I want you to picture yourselves in a squad. We're standing around, and you're getting your op order brief. You're getting your brief right now from the squad leader. So just think of it that way. I want you to just put your mind in that realm. And hey, and if this doesn't apply to you guys, by all means, take these words and spread it to the masses. Whether you got subordinates in your job, whether you are at work or with your family, your loved ones, apply this to them. Share the word. Okay. Okay, team. So here we go. Okay. So discipline equals freedom. Field manual. Okay. I encourage you guys, if you don't have this book in your library, you need to make it happen. All right. Focus. In combat, focus comes pretty easily because the battle is right in front of your face. You have no choice but to focus. But sometimes in day-to-day life, you can lose track of that long-term goal. It fades from your vision. It slips from your mind. Wrong. I want that long-term goal to be so embedded in my mind that I never lose sight of it, ever. And in the little tasks and projects and short-term goals that you tackle need to lead toward strategic victory. Winning the long war. But we want results now. We want the shortcut to the winner's podium. We need the instant gratification. And when we don't get the short-term glory, sometimes we lose sight of those long-term goals. They fade. We lose focus. So we stop the daily tasks and the daily disciplines that will allow us to achieve our goals. And a day slips by, and then another day. And a day turns into a week, and a week into a year. And you look up in 6 weeks or 6 months or 6 years, and you've made no progress. None. You never moved. In fact, you might be even further from your goal than you were when you started. You might have gone backward. Why? Why did you let that happen? Because you lost sight of it. You lost sight of the long-term goal, and it faded. It faded from your memory, and the passion dried up, and you began to rationalize. Maybe I can't. Maybe I don't really want to. Maybe this goal isn't for me. And so you give up. You let it go, and you settle. You settle for the status quo. You settle for the easy road. You settle for the, oh well. No, don't do that. Embedded that long-term goal in your mind. Burn it into your soul. Think about it. Write about it. Talk about it. Hang it up on your wall. But most important, do something about it. Every day. Every day. Do something that moves you toward that goal. That keeps that goal alive and in sight and in focus. However small or insignificant that step might seem, take it. Do it. Make it happen. Because that goal isn't going to achieve itself. It's all on you. It's all on you, team. We have those goals, team. I myself included. We do have those goals. You know, whether it be in work, the workplace, career, hobbies, extracurricular activities, new jobs, just a whole new path of life. We all have a goal. And these days, it is very easy to get distracted. It is very easy to engage a setback, but the main takeaway is focus. Don't lose focus. If you got to put that goal in your bathroom mirror, if you got to write it on your wall, you got to put it somewhere where you're reminded daily to do something that day, whether you got to click and do some research on your computer, whatever. You did something towards your goal. So that's kind of like my big takeaway, guys, because I myself will sometimes see myself doing this. I myself fall guilty of this myself. There's times where let me tell you guys, I have so many goals, to include this right here, what we're doing. This, you guys are witnesses of this. Those of you who've been following me for a long time know that I have always said that a passion project of mine is to do a live podcast. That's right. Thank you. That's all I needed to hear. I appreciate that. Hell yeah, Grizzly. Thank you. But I'll tell you guys, I myself have lost sight of this, and you guys know this, and I decided, you know what? Hey, I'm just gonna go full-fledged. I'm just gonna go ahead and hey, turn on the green light and let's go. Let's do it. What am I waiting for? It was a goal. Let's do it. And that's how this all started. I said it's been my passion project idea of mine to start a live, raw, uncut podcast that I can interact with the viewers and then just provide, go over certain topics and receive mentorship and guidance from each other and learn from each other and just engage topics and help us build comfort in our chaos of our daily lives, And so I said, hey, you know what? I'm going to do it. Enough's enough. and let's do it. Let's set up a schedule, Tuesdays and Thursdays, going live, and let's rock and roll, And that's what I'm doing, team. So, hey, if I can do it, you can do it too. So identify those goals, guys, maintain that focus, and continue mission. All right? Continue mission, okay?
Sir, yes, sir.
That's what I like to hear. Okay, hydration time. All right, guys. So I got a lot of we're gonna get into this, but I got a lot of feedback from the last episode, okay, around the topic of hyper independence. All right. And within that topic, I even had to go back and rewatch it just to make sure I got my words straight. But hyper independence, okay, don't get it twisted. All right. It is okay to share, it is. I was encouraging to share, and don't be afraid to open up. If you fall in that hyper independent category, don't be afraid to share that weight, share that burden that sometimes we possess. But there was some good points that were brought to my attention, and this is why I encourage it from you guys. Thank you. This is how we interact, and I got into a great conversation with someone. Now, I'm going to ask you guys this before we get started. I'm going to ask you guys this. And for you, and I can only speak on the men, okay, because I'm a dude. I'm sorry. I'm a man, so I can't speak from the women's aspect. But I can say this, all right? Is it okay for, I swear, dude. Hey, Jamie, should we do this? I mean, I'm going to get so much hate from this. Should we do it? Should I even go into this, or can we move on to a different topic? Okay, team. Is it okay for a man to open up about himself to a woman? Or should it be a man open up to another man? But hear me out. Okay, hear me out. There are certain understanding aspects that a man can understand when he's sharing with another man. There are certain struggles. There are certain emotions. There's a lot that applies to a man's emotion that can't really be compared to a woman. Now, I've heard a lot of different things on this, okay? All right? There was a lot of different feedback that I got. But one of them was, it mainly tied because if you open up as a man to a woman, obviously, if it's your significant other, it's your wife, I get it, and as you should. You guys should have a line of communication, as long as there's understanding, though. That's the problem. Now, that's the only thing, and and the reason why I speak up on this is because I myself have gone through this, okay? And it's always been a struggle that you need that understanding, and that understanding has to go both ways. You open up to somebody, okay? If I open up to another man, and which I have, let me tell you, I know that who I'm opening up to understands what I've gone through, or understands what I'm going through. So therefore, they provide that right mentorship, that right guidance. They even provide just to be a good ear, And to me, I'm like, that makes sense. But I was very curious hey, what does the masses say? What do you guys think, So if you guys have an opinion or thought, please comment, type it in the chat now, or comment down below if you guys see this later on. I will respond. But it made a lot of good points. In fact, I had somebody even straight up troll. I don't know if he was trolling, but he said absolutely no. A man cannot open up to a woman because women keep tabs, is quote unquote what he said. And I had to apply some understanding. Okay, what do you mean? Well, because, and he made a good point. It's just women kind of think more from an emotional aspect, so they attach to it differently, and then they apply their emotional understanding to it. Now, mind you, I'm not speaking on behalf of all you guys. No, this is surely just me having conversations, interacting with individuals from the who were commenting on my last episode. Okay. But no, I was really curious because what does that mean? And then when they were opening up and saying, okay, because, women in his experiences, and once he brought this up, I mean, it kind of made sense because I could tell you too, I've experienced it myself, but there is a certain level of understanding that is kind of not really applied, or it's just kind of temporarily applied until, let's say, quote unquote, shit hits the fan. And when shit hits the fan, you start to see people's true colors, and when they say they're really there for you, are they really there for you? Are you really there for them? Even if things don't go your way, if you think of it that way, So it's like, hey, I'm going to be your friend and I want you to open up to me. But that's only because you're a good friend. What happens when the day comes you're a bad friend? Then what am I going to do with everything you opened up to me? Am I going to keep tabs of it the whole time and just hold it against you and then exploit it or whatever, or am I just going to honor that trust that you confided in me at that moment? Yeah, maybe things didn't work out, but hey. So that's the point he was coming from. And I'm not going to lie, it kind of made sense, but I appreciate it just like I appreciate all you guys when you're sharing. But I am curious, what your guys' thoughts and opinions on this. And I'm going to tag you guys up here on the chat and I'm going to see what you guys say. But I'm going to tell you straight up, team, do not hesitate, though. You should definitely open up to somebody, whether it be a woman, whether it be a man, whether it be a significant other, whether it be a friend. Shoot, like I told you guys can even message me. I've gone through a lot of shit. I'll tell you that, still going through stuff. But I found ways to find comfort in my chaos, But I would definitely encourage you guys, though, definitely don't keep it to yourself. That's not healthy. It is definitely not healthy, and it destroys relationships. It destroys friendships. It just destroys you, inside, internally. So, but I guess according to, we just gotta. I would definitely find that person in your circle. Find that person in your circle, and that's who you want to open up to. Okay, let's go ahead and see what you guys got to say. Do it. Okay. Hey, never we eat meat and smell like fire and brimstone. War raw. Okay. Thank you for that. Hey, why not both? It's not soft or weak to open up to anybody as a human being with adequate feelings and to say, I need some support. I need to vent. Very true. Very true. Thank you for sharing that. And you were absolutely right. And that's kind of like what I'm saying. And that was the basis of it, guys. That literally was the basis. Let's see here. We also got serious vetting is required before deep sharing with a woman. As long as a man is relatively supportive, you can generally share meaningful stuff. Very true. Very true. Serious vetting though. Hey, y'all be finding the worst women on the planet Earth. My girlfriend is amazing, just my opinion. I can open up to her without mentioning it to others. She isn't one to gossip about private info. Hey, that is awesome. Okay, so in that, and thank you for sharing, but in that, let's say hypothetically though, it doesn't work out between you two. And let's say hypothetically it doesn't work out between you two, and she tends to turn everything that you trusted her with and holds it against you and tabs you up for it because she just kept a record and tabs the whole time. What does it say about her? That's what he was saying. you know. So yeah, definitely when things are going good, and that's what I meant. When things are going good, hey, yeah, share, talk, you know. But what happens when shit hits the fan, you know, and it doesn't work out? Then what do you do? You know? Now, obviously the trust was there, you know. I don't know, guys. You know me, I'm just kind of ranting here. I wanted to go over that because that was pretty much what I was getting. I got a lot of responses on the on some of the reels that I posted and some of the comments from the episode. You know, womp 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 womp.
Sir, yes, sir.
But yeah, team, that's all it really was. I wanted to just kind of touch on that because honestly, when you think about it, though, when you are going to open up about serious stuff, and I'm going to speak only on my end, okay, only on my behalf here, not on behalf of you guys. I know for me, when I have to open up to somebody, you know, or I choose to open up to somebody, I am trusting that person. I am putting full on trust that I put that means I open up a door that I don't normally open up for people. And I'm putting that trust that you're not going to disrespect. You know, do not break that thin line, because if you do, it's like there's no coming back. And it says more about you than it does about everyone else. You know? So that's kind of my thoughts on that. And that being said, I would definitely hey, more power to you. You got a girlfriend who you trust that much. Hey, I hope things work out, man. Seriously, that's awesome for you. That's awesome. As you should. She's still okay, so she still wouldn't share. She still wouldn't share it or hold it against me. I know her personally well enough. She doesn't gossip or hold grudges against her friends. Wow. Yo, hey, you found a keeper, dude. You found a keeper. Good job. Let's get a round of applause for him. Good job. And good luck to you guys. Good luck. Sorry about that. Good luck. Okay, Big Hoss comes in here saying, "Hey man, I had to talk to your colleagues when things went bad in one of my previous relationships. I'm definitely blessed." Okay, no, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Yeah, dude. I would encourage you this though. Depending on the severity of your struggles or whatever it is you guys are dealing with, or you got to open up, I would encourage to definitely vet who you're going to open up to. You know, make sure that trust is just there. And I mean, it's freaking strong. It's solid. It's solid that it will hold even in the good times and the bad. Okay. And then also make sure there's understanding. Make sure there's understanding, because you're not gonna go talk to, you're not gonna go talk to somebody about serious issues that, they probably don't even understand, never even been through. They're just gonna tell you, "Hey, I'm here for you." Okay. That's it. Thanks, dude. I've had that happen too. Excuse me. But yeah, guys, I mean, that's kind of like a question, man. And thank you guys for sharing. Those of you, if you're watching or you watch later, hey, I appreciate you guys for the feedback. You definitely kind of opened up my eyes a little bit more, and I really appreciate that, and I encourage that for every episode, guys. You guys know this. I encourage full on interaction. This is how we grow. We learn from each other and we grow, Yeah, man. Yeah, thanks. She isn't the type for drama. She's the type for caring and loving. Hey, I appreciate that. Thanks for sharing. Hoskheim is right. Yep. Hey, good. Hey, that's awesome. Yeah. He just cheering you on. That's what's up. Hey guys, well I appreciate that. You know what? I feel like we just had to get that out off our chest. We had to learn from each other, you know, in which we did. That's awesome, you know. Let's go ahead and look over in the YouTube line. We got some YouTube line. Hey, opening up and sharing is the only way to see what you might gain by doing. Never going for it, you'll never know. It's very true. That's very true. Yeah, definitely. In carrying, opening up and sharing, and thank you for chiming in as well. The only thing is, if you can also, just like what we were talking about though too, when you're opening up and sharing, you know, you also want to make sure that when you're doing that, you're really trusting that individual, you know, to the point that you're trusting them so much, you know, that you're being vulnerable, you know, and so you're trusting them so much that trust bond cannot be broken, even in the bad times, you know, even if your friendship didn't last, you know, and you went separate ways, you know, that's where then, okay, you know, that's kind of what we were talking about. But yeah, I definitely agree. You got to open up, man. So appreciate that, YouTube fams. Okay, let's see. Hydrate. Okay, guys. We're going to move forward here. Okay. Frat club. What do you guys think when you hear the word frat club? And hey, I know I'm not talking no OD-fi, none of that. No, not OD-fi. This is those of you who served in the military know what I'm talking about. But not only that, this also applies more in the workplace and all our daily lives, you know. So I'll say this. So frat club, yeah, creamy peanut butter, nice. No, so frat club, guys. So big key word. This is a word in the military. That is, you literally hear it every unit, you know, and everybody's got a story. You know, there's a word called fraternization. Ooh, fraternization. Ooh, yeah, I know. But no, fraternization, guys. And I kind of want to go into the details because I've had to have this explanation today, and a lot of good questions, you know, especially in the military. You know, it is definitely frowned upon. But at the same time, sometimes it doesn't make sense, you know. But the foundational basis does. Now, warfare's changed, military's changed, times have changed. Now, when it comes to fraternization, you know, now the Army, you know, and I can only speak on behalf of the Army because that's what I'm in. Now, the Army has fraternization is basically summarized as, if you're in a chain of command or senior support channel role, you know, if it's someone within your chain, you shouldn't go and hang out with them on a personal basis. You know, that means I can't just go to work for my immediate subordinate. We go to work, and then after work, we go have a couple beers, you know, just us. Now, in a normal workplace, you can do that. But in the military, you can't. And there's a reason why, though. You know, the reason why is because whenever you do that, you compromise the integrity of your leadership. You know, you compromise the integrity of the environment, you know. And those are the two things that really come into play. You're either command authority and environment, you know. So fraternization can destroy that. And I had to articulate this to some juniors today, you know, because I had to let them know that, hey, there's going to be a point in time that as you promote and gain and progress in your military career, you are no longer peer to peer. It's going to be superior to subordinate, you know. That's going to be the relationship. And when you do, you were kind of obligated to put that peer-to-peer friendship aside. That friendship that you built, dude, it's got to go away, you know? And that's one thing I was never a fan of, okay? You know, personally, I'm always like, dude, that's weird. We were just buddies. You know, we did a whole deployment together. And now I get promoted to rank, and now I'm in charge of you. And now we can't hang out like we used to all the time. You know, in that sense, it's tough. But I can also let you know, too, most units don't do what they're supposed to do when they do promote. Normally, whenever you promote to an NCO from an enlisted soldier to now a junior leader, you know, you normally get moved from your section or from your platoon, and you get put into another platoon, and then they move their junior leaders who are promotes into that new platoon. So therefore you're pulled away from your peers, you know, and in that system it works, you know, but not all organizations are set up that way where they can just move those personnel. So having to articulate this understanding, you know, of what it means to be in the frat club, which if you're in the military, you definitely don't, I'll tell you right now, don't be part of the frat club, okay? But be professional, and there are ways to do it. There are ways, you know? And I had to articulate to the soldier, there are ways. If you're going to, don't just send an invite to a morale building event and only invite one person. No, invite the whole team. Now, if the whole team doesn't show up and just that one shows up, well, then by God, hey, you played the game and you put the word out and everybody got a copy of it, but they just chose not to go. Hey, you can't help it if that one person's the only one that showed up, you know? So there are ways to do it, you know, and it's definitely, I encourage it, you know, to hang out with your team, you know, for team morale events. Haas comes in and saying, hey man, I'm an E5 platoon sergeant. I can get tagged with fraternization for my extracurricular activity with friends in my grade. You can get tagged for fraternization with friends in your grade. Well, position of authority has more authority than rank. So I will tell you that right now. I have to do so much paperwork, to cover myself. Not necessarily, man. As long as you play the game, dude. As long as you play the game. The military is easy. You just got to play the game. And not a lot of people like to play the game. They like to just do their own thing. You know, they like to be that individual and thinking they can just make their own decisions and not realize that, hey, you got to put on a uniform that represents this country or represents a warrior of freedom, you know. So as long as you always put that on, you're going to take ownership in your job and you're going to drive forward and execute. You know, you'll be professional. Now, when it comes time to hang out with your teams, you know, or you got battle buddies, you know, or you got a team of subordinates that you're in charge of, you know, when you do that, there's ways to play the game. There's ways to play the game. You know, as a platoon sergeant, you want to, hey, you know what? I want to take everybody out we're going to go have a pitcher of beer and some wings and watch some football. Okay. Even though you probably only know two soldiers that you would probably hang out with because you guys are close. Hey, you know what? Send that invite to the whole team. Put it out on a big old group text, you know, the whole team to include the LT or whatever. And hey, if only 3 showed up or only the 2 of your homies showed up, well then, hey, they showed up. You're doing, be professional and just have a good time. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. You're playing the game. Now, if you were just to send only a text to just those 2, and then just you 2 aren't going out there and you're in their rating chain, then it's a different story. So that's all you got to do, man. Play the game. Now, in the workplace, you know, if you're in the civilian sector too, you know, if you're a manager, you know, and you only hang out with you have 5 employees under you, but you only hang out with 1, well, they're going to see that relationship, all the other employees, and it's going to create conflict in that environment, you know, and that's why the environment can be affected, because there's favoritism, you know. Then you want to mitigate that, you know, you want to play the game, you know. So if you're going to hang out, hey, we can hang out, but I'm going to put out an invite to everybody. Now, if they don't show up, oh, well, I invited them, you know. That's all it is. That's all it is. So yeah, I would encourage you to do that. Haas, hey, thanks for chiming in, man. Have to do so much paperwork to cover myself. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, have gotten pretty good at playing the game. Let's go. Hey, that's what's up. I like to hear that. Keep playing the game. Good job. Good job playing the game. Let's see here. CSX CD42 and the YouTube fan become a movie adaptation. Huh. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. But appreciate your input. Okay, guys. So, yes, Frat Club, guys. So, hey, fraternization is a real thing. It exists both in the civilian workplace and in the military. It's more enforced in the military, guys. And if those of you are in the military, I would encourage you. You want to stay away from it. Keep it professional. And play the game. Play the game. There's nothing saying you can't hang out with your team. Just do it in a professional, mass communicated manner. Now, if only one shows up, oh wow, but you mass communicate it. There you go. If you're in the civilian sector, just be careful, mindful, because it can compromise the environment. So just be on your, know your left and right limits, and just continue mission. All right. So hey, don't be part of the Frat Club, team. Don't be part of the Frat Club. Yeah. I got plenty of that. Hey, so real quick, who here is excited for Valentine's Day? Oh man, good old Valentine's Day. You know what? I've never really been a big one to celebrate Valentine's Day, team. Why? Because it really does seem like a made-up holiday. And actually, it's not even a holiday. I'm not even going to call it a holiday. It really just seems like one of those days. It's just one is tailored only for one individual in a relationship. Sorry, I apologize if that offended anybody. And two, it's just a holiday to make you spend money. That's all it is. Spend money, you know? So I've never really been, I've never been a big Valentine's person, team. But hey, I don't knock anybody who does. Hey, you go celebrate. You want to do something sweet? Do something sweet for your loved one. Hey, by all means, go do it. All right. They're going to appreciate it. You know, I still appreciate gifts. I still appreciate nice things, but it shouldn't be just a set day, you know? It shouldn't be a set day. Hey, you want to do something sweet for your significant other? Do it all week. You got all week. You got all year. Do it. You know, why leave it for one day, you know? Even though technically women do have a majority of like the good days. You know, they get Valentine's Day, they get Mother's Day, they get their birthday, they get Christmas. Man, they get a lot of gifts. That's a lot. Man, what else am I missing? You know? So, yeah, I just think I think it's one of those things, team. That's just my opinion, team. It's my opinion. Okay, guys? Don't judge me. Hey, if you already got something sweet for your Valentine, that's awesome. Go do it. That's good for you. But to me, I've just never been a big Valentine's guy. Okay, if I'm going to do something sweet for a loved one, you know what? I'm going to do it all year. I'm going to do it. Hey, you know what? I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it the next day. I'll do it next week. Why point out one day? I don't know. I just don't see the logic in that. It just seems like everything's just like mass spend money, you know, set up all this Valentine stuff, buy this, spend money. I don't know. I've just never been one of those guys, team. I've never been one of those guys. I appreciate that. Hey, those of you who just tuned in, thank you guys for joining. Appreciate that. I see you. I see you, Hector. What do you guys think about Valentine's? Type in the chat, man. Let's see what our YouTube fam says. Hey, YouTube fam says, hey, Crazy Eights Runaway became a movie. 2010 ensemble. Huh. I wasn't tracking that, but thanks for the input. Let's see on the Twitch side. Hey, I got a Valentine this year, but my dad said the same thing that you said. He said, save your money. All I'm going to do is talk to my girlfriend and make barbecue. Ooh, barbecue. Dude, I love barbecue. I love barbecue. And you know what? Guys, you know what? For you men out there, I mean, come on. And you women out there, okay? You know, there's nothing better. I mean, go save your money. You don't need to go buy hearts and chocolates. How about some of you men? Hey, you cook a nice fancy meal. You know, cook some meat. Get a nice T-bone, you know? Get yourself a nice cut of that beef strip. You know, a couple New York strips, throw them on the grill, put them in the smoker, you know, season up some veggies. Hey, to me, that's a gift that keeps on going. Hey, that is a gift. All right. Pour up a little wine, you know, a little bubbly, you know, throw on some Vicente Fernandez music in the background. Dude, that's a gift, don't you think? I think a man should be able to cook at least one good meal for his significant other. All right. He should, you know. Hey, I guarantee most women would probably appreciate that effort more. Jamie, what do you think? You don't cook? Cereal? Get out of here, dude. Hey, no, I'm telling you guys right now, cook some. Hey, if you don't know how to, guys, if you don't know how to cook meat, start getting on YouTube videos and start finding ways you can grill up a nice steak, okay? That'll set you up for success. Trust me. All right? Trust me. Yeah, guys. Hey, you know what? We need, there's nothing wrong with that, team. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, I'm not the best cook, but dadgummit, I'm going to go out there and try. Okay? Okay? No, but I appreciate that. Hey, I see you what you're typing there in the Twitch team. Hey, I see you that over there in the YouTube. Hey, guys, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hey, guys, go cook a meal. Men, go cook a meal for your loved one. All right? She'll like that a lot. Yes, I see that. Grizzly types in the fajita king. Yeah, cook a good. Hey, that's right. Fajitas. That's the way to a woman's heart. It's a way to a woman's heart. And if you don't like, hey, you know what? You trying to find another one. You know, I'm kidding, team. I'm kidding. Hey, no, I'm kidding. Let's see. Man, Kay can cook, man. I crashed over at his place for a couple of weeks, just because the food was so good. Dang. I like that. There's nothing wrong when you go hang out you go crash at a buddy's house and they're just kings in that kitchen, man. Oh, dude, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, literally you wake up in the morning and you just smell bacon and coffee. You're just like, dude, I never want to leave. You know. And I'm pretty sure we all have that one friend, you know. I'm pretty sure we all have that one friend that just throws down, you know. Just throws it down in that kitchen, you know. And it doesn't even matter it's a kitchen, man. They could be out there on a grill. You give them a campfire. You give them a kettle pot or a cast iron, a stick of butter, and they're just going to make magic happen. And, dude, let me tell you that woo, hey, that's a friendship you guys never want to break, okay? That's hey, don't ever break that trust, okay? Don't ever break that trust. Yeah, I wouldn't either. Definitely. Let's see what you guys got here. Let's see what the chat says. Hey, all right, we're going to do a little chat interaction right now. Let's see. Here we go. Chat lines are open, team. Let's see. Grizzly types in, hey, Fajita King. Hey, if you're the Fajita King, bro, more power to you. And I hope your Valentine enjoys her feast. Hector comes in, and welcome, Hector. Thanks for joining in. Hector comes in saying, hey, I have always been one to go out to classy restaurants, get all dressed up, and look amazing while enjoying a nice dinner and a glass of wine. Hey, that is awesome. And happy Valentine's Day. I hope you have a great one too. Get all dressed up, have that nice glass of wine. There's nothing wrong with that, man. Token comes in saying, hey, man, he taught myself to cook by using cookbooks and stuff. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I actually have a cookbook myself. I have a bread Bible. That was a gift to me. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Haas comes in and says, hey, man, I should take every opportunity to applaud his woman. Oh, be that food or flowers. Ooh, look out, ladies. We got a ladies man in the chat. Hey, I like that, Haas. I like it, dude. I feel like I got to drive to H-E-B, buy flowers, just give them to somebody. That's right, man. I appreciate that. Hey, Token comes in and says, hey, man, I'm going to read something important. Good night, man. Hey, appreciate that, Token. Your presence is always welcome. Thanks for being present. Tell your friends, share the podcast, and I appreciate you for being here, dude. Appreciate the input. Okay, guys, let's hydrate time and let's move forward. I want to know your thoughts on this. All right, so we're going to close up with this, guys. All right, we're going to close up with Super Bowl recap. This one's probably going to go. There's probably going to be a lot of stuff coming down, man. So one, you guys already know, I've been hyping up the big conspiracy theories. There's been a lot of conspiracy theories on, there's been a lot of conspiracies on the NFL, been conspiracies on the games being planted, being organized, a lot of people kind of being in on the cut, and not to mention, there's also been a lot of weird conspiracies over the commercials, Now, mind you, I'm not big on conspiracies in football because I am a football fanatic. I've played football. I grew up playing football, and I just know that you can't really script football, Now, granted, football, when you got professionals playing against professionals, literally they are professionals at their craft. I'm talking the best of the best. To make it and be selected for the draft, much less start on an NFL team, you are in literally like the top 1% of millions upon millions, literally, so you are the best. Now, when you have the best going against the best, okay, the only way to really enable defeat, is through errors. If you think about it, it's through error. So you need to literally play your game, the best offense, the best defense against the best offense and best defense. And the one who has that critical error, that bad throw, that bad fumble, that bad drop ball, the missed field goals, guys, that's how a team capitalizes. So you have to think of it that way. And that's kind of what always hits those conspiracies. Now, mind you, there are some questionable calls that referees do make, but we also have to understand referees are human beings, and when I will guarantee any of you, okay, I would love to see you make a call, and imagine 70,000 people just doing this. Just 70,000 people. I promise you, you will feel some type of way. Yeah, you're going to hide it really well, but I guarantee inside your mind, you're like, holy crap, I'm never blowing my whistle again. So I can only imagine the pressure that's on both the referees and, of course, the kickers. I don't think there's no one who can handle pressure more than field goal kickers, And those of you who are football fans and watch the season know that sometimes these things happen, and kickers have all the pressure. I can literally, it's literally the slightest movement, slightest adjustment of the ball, and that ball is going a totally different direction. And then there goes the whole game. And then you have 80, 70, 50,000 people just booing you, hating you. When the kicker missed the field goal for Buffalo, and Buffalo lost the playoff game against the Chiefs, he literally had to delete his social media that night. he had to delete his social media because he was getting so many hate DMs, so many tweets. He had to delete it, So what does that tell you? What does that tell you? I feel bad for the guy, and I really do hope the best for him. And I hope his family's doing okay, because those Buffalo fans, let me tell you. But as far as the Super Bowl is concerned, man, I was not too, I don't know. It just didn't feel like a Super Bowl to me. Now, mind you, it was my son's birthday, so I was spending a lot of time with him, and it was really good to watch a football game with him. And of course, my family, we had a good time. But the Super Bowl, dude, I don't know, man. I was really pulling for the 49ers, but it just didn't really feel like an exciting game, even though it was a good game. I'm not going to lie. It was still a good game. But it just didn't really pull me in. Maybe because I'm just not really a fan of both teams. And it's just one of those things, team. Now, one thing I did want to talk about, though, as we mentioned before on the Frat Club story and the Frat Club topic, and compromising environment, I want to say this. Travis Kelce, guys, to me, and I'm sorry if any of you are Chiefs fans, all right? I apologize now in advance, but I'm going to tell you right now, Travis Kelce is a brat. He's a brat. He's a spoiled brat. When if you watch the game, you saw he basically got really upset after a fumble, after the running back fumbled the ball, which is another error. It's going to happen, He fumbled the ball, and he got so bratty. He turned into a brat, an immature brat. He let his emotions get the best of him, and he went to the head coach, grabbed him by the arm, and started yelling at his face, like basically, put me in the game. I could have scored, blah, blah. Like he was just doing that. Now, no other players did that. Okay, so that's not a thing players do to coaches. And I'll tell you, a guy who's played sports, you don't do that to your coach. You don't. And I will tell you this, if I was the coach, I would have put his ass on the bench. I would have said, what are you doing? I would have looked at him and said, what are you doing? Who's the coach? I'm the coach, so let me coach. I will take ownership of my calls. Get your ass on the bench, and I'll tell you when you're going in. That's literally what I would have said. That's how I would have handled that. I would have handled that because now by him letting that go, letting it slide, now he's opening the door for he's setting the tone for the environment now. He's setting the tone for when players get upset, they're going to go cry to coach and get upset, and they're going to get angry, and they're going to disrespect the coach. And I'm like, no, dude. Respect the chain of command, all right? That is the coach. That's the head coach, okay? He knows when he makes a mistake. He's a human being just like you are, okay? Now, when you drop a ball, because you dropped a lot of passes, now when you drop a ball, can all the other coaches and all the other players grab you and just tell you how much you suck? I mean, if that's the standard now, let's do that. No. So I was really disappointed when I saw that team. He's a good player, obviously, dude. You get into the NFL not by being the best of the best, but to see that demonstration of professionalism, to see that demonstration of immaturity, it just was really like, dude, what kind of example are you setting for these kids watching this game? I had to tell my son, because my son's playing football now, and I had to tell him, don't do that. Don't do that. You go out there, you play your game, all right? Don't get mad at other players when they mess up. You figure out what they need to work on, what they need to improve on, and you apply yourself to make them get better. That's what you do. That's what leaders do, okay? Don't be the guy who cries. Don't be the guy who throws the helmet. Don't be the guy who goes and pouts on the bench. Don't do that. Don't do that, all right? That's how you get better, and that's how your team gets better. Okay. And it's the same. I apply that same concept even now in my job, in the military, and those of you who've ever worked under me know that I've always had this saying, you're only as effective as the weakest member. So that means when you identify someone as the weakest member on your team, you do what you can to make them better. You get them to bring them up to the standard in training, in their mental toughness, their physical toughness. You get them to that standard to the point where your weakest member is still one of your best members. Okay. So that's a great learning point that I got from just the Super Bowl, but, I'm curious to know your guys' thoughts. We could go into the commercials. Let me tell you, those commercials, they were weird. Growing up, I used to like watching the Super Bowl for the commercials. I always liked them. I still like the Budweiser Clydesdales. I mean, that's a honored tradition, But there were some weird commercials, team. I don't know. Maybe it was just me, but I just thought there were some weird commercials, man. There were, it just seemed very, I don't know, propaganda-ish, I guess you could say. There was, it was just weird. There were a lot of pharmaceutical commercials. There were a lot of political commercials. There was even a commercial for a Scientology commercial that I thought was this looks like a this looks like a stock bond a corporation commercial. Are you selling insurance, or is this I didn't know what it was, and it's just amazing that there's so much money they spent on these commercials that I was like, dude, you spent hundreds of millions of dollars for this ad. I bet if you just put that back in your community and you just broadcasted it in your own public forums and through social media, it probably would have had more of an impact than spending all that money on that ad, Yeah, but I mean, those are just my perspective, team. It's just my point of view on that. All right. I don't speak on the behalf of as you know, I don't speak on the behalf of the military or the NFL or anything like that. This is all just me, it's all just me. My opinions, my experiences, as you guys are entitled to your opinion and your experience as well. Oh man. So yeah, guys, hey, we'll open it up here. Let me know what you guys think. Feel free to chime it in, share it. Share your idea, share your perspective. We'll go to the chat line now. All right, Token, you have yourself a good night. Karma, hey, thank you for joining, Karma. Nice to have you on the Twitch side. Upgraded Mike, hey, thank you. Yes, notice. Not Super Bowl recap. Oh, come on. Hey, this is what you get for tuning in late. All right, we had a bunch of topics we discussed. It got a little heated, got a little emotional, so we had to bring it back. A little off topic. And thank you for joining. And those of you who are just tuning into, as you know, we do this live, raw, uncut, full, transparent, and fully interactive broadcast of our podcast episode. And we go over topics that I encourage full interaction from you guys. And then, of course, we always like to end it with some kind of a WTF topic like Super Bowl recap, which is today's. Last episode was the black holes, which, guys, don't forget, this Thursday, we're going to go right back into some more black hole facts, black hole facts. And don't think that you guys can't offer up some tidbits on these on the WTF topics, all right? Because hey, I'm always open for ideas, and I'm always encouraging your guys' interaction. So I'm always open to whatever you guys want me to cover or address out here. So I appreciate that. And those of you who did, and those of you who responded to the last episode, once again, I apologize. But at the same time, I'm only speaking on my opinion. All right. As you guys can have your opinion and my experiences. That's all it is. Okay. That's all it is. But, yeah, I think, I don't know. I think that's really it. Hey, Jamie, what do you think, man? Yeah, I think so too. Okay, team. Yeah. What do you say we go ahead and wrap things up this evening? So those of you, happy pre-Valentine's Day. Hope you guys still have a good Valentine's Day. I'm sorry. I'm just not a fan. All right. It's just another day to me, you know. But at the same time, if you got that significant other, you got that loved one, hey, make them feel special tomorrow. And you know what? Do it every day. All right. Make them feel special. You know, give a compliment, say what's up, whatever. Tell them you love them. You know, time is precious. Life is short. So always acknowledge that. Don't let just one day be the day that you celebrate that love. You know, keep it going. And for you men, hey, my recommendation, save your money. Go, hey, cook her a nice meal. All right, cook her a nice meal. Cook her a nice meal, and you'll be good. For you women, hey, just wear something nice. There you go. Just wear something nice. Us men, we're simple. We're simple. All right, guys. Hey, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. As you know, there's power in presence, and you guys are demonstrators of that. Until next time, team, I will see you guys all on Thursday. I'll see you guys all Thursday. We have another episode. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up tonight. Team, you already know. I hope you guys have a great Valentine's Day. Make it special for someone. And don't forget, team, do your push-ups. Do your push-ups. Take your vitamins. Drink your water. And most importantly, team, continue mission. That mission of life. Hey, be a better version of yourself every day. Create an experience. Create opportunity. And don't hesitate to make memories, team. Make memories. Life is just too precious. I can't harp that enough. Hey, and don't forget, maintain that focus on that goal. One thing we learned today from this episode, do not lose sight of that goal. All right? Don't let it be a yesterday's goal. All right? Take advantage of the time you have. I'll see you guys next time. Good night, team.